Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to do an oldie but newbie, but whatever it is, I am going to enjoy this. We're going to do my favorite Ultraman, Ultraman Zero from s.h.figuarts. So let's get started. This is an older figure. I've had it for a while. I didn't really do too much with it because I'm trying to get back into my Ultraman groove and trying to enjoy myself. But it's been tough because for a while I didn't have any buildings and I felt like I wasn't having the proper vibe for Ultraman. But I'm taking a chance on myself. I'm trying to get outside of my comfort zone, doing things a little different, and getting back to enjoying the things that I really enjoy. So without further ado, here is, ooh, I caught him now. Here is s.h.figuarts Ultraman Zero. Yeah. Let's get our light fixtures going. There we go. So we have a nice mixture of the silvers, the blues, the reds. It's overall really nice. I have some issues with mine. I'm not sure if this is an issue overall. Again, because I've had this figure sitting around for a while and didn't do anything with it until very recently. But my shoulder joints are actually very tight to the point where even pulling them out, the arm pops out very easily. And on this side, it almost never pops out, but on camera, it's suddenly giving me no problem. I feel like this is going to be one of those moments like I had with Figma Devilman, where it's like, oh man, I have all these issues, and on camera it's proving me wrong, and I feel like an idiot. But yeah, I love the look of Ultraman. My friend put me onto Ultraman a while ago, and you know, Ultraman Zero is kind of where I got back into it, and I've really been enjoying it since. So shout out to Vic, shout out to KO, shout out to Brian. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys. So yeah, got me back in Ultraman. So look wise, I really like the look of it. The son of Ultra 7, and it's just, it's, for me, it's the simple heroic vibes with him. So if you ever watch Ultraman, you'll see, but let's not get into that. So articulation wise, we can tilt a little to the sides, and it's weird because the Ultra joints uses this kind of neck peg as opposed to a ball joint. And I've never truly understood why the change from the long peg from a ball joint, but hey, I mean, that's their style. So you can't really go left and right the way you want to, but you can go backwards and forwards how you want to and rotate this way, right? Our arm articulation, we allow to hit the T-pose. We have an inner bicep swivel that's on that inner ball joint. And if I pop the arm off very easily as I can, as you can see here, this kind of rotates in and out for that to replicate that bicep swivel along our arm. Pops back in. And we do have a double joint, right? We also have a butterfly joint in here, but like I said before, my joint pops out, so I can't really get that butterfly joint out the way I want to show you guys. And that causes me some minor gripes because I would very much like to show that off and use that articulation in ways that to show it off, but it's just not possible for me without taking it apart. You do have your standard wrist peg technology that points itself around and enjoys itself, no problem. As far as our upper torso goes, we can actually not go forward because we're stuck here, right? No going forward, but we can tilt side to side, right? Oh, wait, we can tilt backwards as well too, but there's no forward movement. Even after popping this guy up, as you can see here, you can see how the torso has no movement in the front because we're leaving room for this front piece, right? So you can only tilt backwards and to the sides. As you can see here, very tight, that joint. So you got to be very careful. Please don't break it. Our lower waist, we can get just a little bit of wiggle room, right? So that's about as forward as you'll get. This is about as backwards as you'll get. The leg, you can go forward, you can go outward, but just like I did in my previous review, you have to watch out for paint rub, like on Guido, so you don't want to cause too many issues. But you do the thigh swivel that goes inward and outward, and you are double jointed. You can make the letter 4. And you have forwards, backwards. You can rotate inward and rotate outward, as well as having toe pivot on your 0. Now, you can still get cool poses, don't get it twisted, but it's not going to be as articulated as you would expect from other s.h.figuarts stuff. So you're definitely going to hit the simpler poses for your Ultraman. You can see here. As you can see here, my arm kind of keeps popping out as I've warned. But I was hoping I would get an actual Devilman situation where it proved me wrong because I prefer it that way. This guy looks pretty good. Accessory wise, we actually get a ton of stuff, which is actually really cool, right? So we will get an extra forearm for our left arm with the ultimate bracelet. As you can see here, you get the ultimate bracelet add-on. You will get his weapon, from his Zero Sluggers. This can form a bigger one. You'll get the sluggers on the chest timer piece. There we go. Looking utterly fantastic. Then you'll get the Zero Sluggers as weapons, kind of like small kunai knives. Here's one of them. And then I have the dedicated hand for the other, as you can see here. Or even if you wanted to pop it through the top, use it as like a boomerang. And then hand-wise, you will get the love and peace sign hand. You will get the martial arts hands, your chopping hands. These are very important for Ultra. You already saw one of the Zero Slugger hands. Let me grab the other one, because he is going to be ambidextrous and dual wield as he uses Ultra Space Kenpo. You have open action hands. These are going to be when you want to grab monster tails. Very important as well. You'll get your Space Kenpo hands, which I adore these, which is why I do love Zero. And you'll get the hands for holding the Lance version. These can just pop right on. It actually fits in very well. You're going to just fit it in. I don't always mess it up on camera, but when I'm off camera, it looks good, right? There we go. It slides right in perfectly. You'll also get an alternate head for when he takes the Zero Sluggers off his head. And it's looking a little smooth and smaller compared to this one. And then you will get an alternate color timer when your color timer runs out, the red version. You know, when you're running on E. All in all, I really like the Zero. I mean, he's one of my favorites, but it just sucks kind of because it's like I'm losing a little bit of articulation, and I'm losing a little bit more because my arm pops out. I tried to fix it with some silicone shock coil. It didn't really work out in my favor. So I'm going to try some other things to fix that when I can. So we'll see what happens. But it's still been fun to sit down and test this guy, especially after playing with Geed and running around with the rest of my other Ultras. Really, really hoping to fix this because he's one of my favorite Ultras. I have, I think, almost all his forms now. I think I have to get Shining Zero on the way. So I'm super excited for that, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand him up. And I'm going to jump into some size comparisons. Now, I'm going to take a small break there to get everything together and ready. I want to try to compare as many cool monsters as I can when I can. So let's get to it, y'all. All right, size time, guys. So what's really cool is we actually can do a bunch of cool both mecha and kaiju stuff. And I think this is where it gets kind of fun. So I'm going to mix and match a ton of stuff that I have monster-wise. So let's start off with, actually, let's do Sofubi Pacific Rim monsters, right? So these are finals with limited articulation that look really cool against the Ultraman. Then you got stuff like the Neca King Kong, right? Who is much, much bigger than an Ultra for no apparent reason. Then we have the Neca Godzilla, right? These are all cool kaiju and monsters that we can use to kind of square it with your Ultras or just look cool and monster stuff. So I'm pretty ecstatic about that I realize I have some type of monsters that I can use with mine, right? So let me take these guys away. Then we have stuff like Metal Robot Spirits, Barbados Lupus Rex. Forgot to show this guy before. I forgot I even had him. We have stuff like regular Robot Spirits. Here's my Gelgoog, Char's version, right? Then we have Pacific Rim Mecha, which is, I totally forgot his name. It just escaped me just now. As you can see, he's severely tall. But again, you can really have some fun with this and mix and match and have a great time. And that's kind of what I plan on doing. So I hope you guys will enjoy my Zero photos at the end. For real, for real. Now we're going to get to the Ultras, because I did this a little backwards than normal because I got a little too excited. Here's Ultraman Belial. Because, you know, Belial and Zero are like straight up enemies, right? Then we have stuff like Ultra 7, if you want to get some Showa era in there. This is also Ultraman Zero's dad. You can see their resemblance because they have protectors over them, like armor. And I don't know why my Ultra 7's not standing. That sucks, right? Then we have Ultraman Trigger. And last but not least, we're going to compare it with another Ultra, which is Orb Spacium Zephyron. So I wanted to see, as you can see, they're not all exactly the same size, But they all are really good heights because even when they're not the same size, they look good in scale with each other. And this is the kind of stuff that I very much enjoy. So I'm hoping that you guys will. Oh, before I go, right? Here is the Ultra Act Zero from way ages before that I've had when he first came out, and I collected him then. And he is much bigger because the Ultra Act stuff, as well, it's not superhero proportioned. They definitely have more height and more accessories and things like that from back then. So I'm hoping they do things like that again. Not even just making them bigger, just I'm glad they hit him with tons of accessories and things. But yeah, this has been enjoyable. This has actually been really therapeutic and exciting. And I like trying some new stuff. So thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying. If you haven't, check out Ultraman. It's free on YouTube, where you're watching this video at probably now. So yeah, please, as always, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.